mortgage is like 89K or something like that. So I cash flow on that one deal, you know, close to $3 grand a month. Wonderful for me, right? Let's see. So I'm a big believer in the BRRRR model. I'm a big believer in.
Was that the Washington Terrace one?
It's a different Washington Terrace one. I fell in love with Washington.
This picture right here?
Yeah.
The other one?
No, so this is my first one in Washington Terrace. This is just a couple blocks away from Washington Terrace as well. And the one below it is another one I got in Washington Terrace as well. And just because Washington Terrace during the recession was incredibly undervalued. You get more return, like rent return for the value invested. And so that's why I chose Washington Terrace to really stick to jump in. Right now, if you're looking for buy and hold, I would say, one, don't be afraid to jump in and roll up your sleeves and do some sweat equity. Two, seller financing, right? For those of you that are new, you're familiar with seller financing? Rachel, you know seller financing?
Yes, I do. It's when the person who owns the property, you're paying them, so you don't have to get the mortgage. That's like put on you.
Precisely. And the value in that now is, rates are on investment property, maybe, I'm working on a refi that place that Nate sold me, or Nate got me, I'm working on a refi that, and I'll be lucky to get 6%. Whereas if you go to an owner that wants to get out from underneath it, says, hey, I don't want to run this, you maybe negotiate a 3% rate or something so you can cash flow.
What percent did you negotiate with that, by the way, with them?
The seller on the.
Yeah, because they're financing it for a while, right?
No, I just ended up paying them cash because it couldn't come to an
okay.
agreement. And then I found, so I'm doing hard money lending, right? So my LLC that is doing hard money lending is hard money lending me money
right.
to buy the place, and then I'm refinancing.
Got it.
This bottom one, the reason why I put on here, tell everyone, friend of a friend, hey, dude, I heard you buy houses, right? Hey, my buddy's getting kicked out of his apartment because they said that they want to sell and move south. Do you want to buy it? Yeah, obviously. Okay, I don't know if it's for sale, but I'll get you the owner's phone number. Just don't be afraid to speak up about what you do. Obviously, you guys are here because you're not afraid to speak up, but just insight. And then last thing I put on here is have a plan B. So every one of these projects I did, we had 3 contingency plans, right? So on the flips, it was we're going to flip, we're going to expect X amount of dollars, and if we don't expect, if we don't get that return, if we get belly up, what's our contingency plan? Well, we know at this point in the market, we can refi it for this, and it will still pay for itself. Or we can do Airbnb, or. So I would just say, whatever you're getting into, have a contingency plan in this market. And then, let's see, what else was I going to say? I think that's it. Let's see. This is just, again, thinking about where I would go if I could go back and start today. One, get your own house in order. So I am a huge believer in being debt-free. If I look back on my life, the only reason why I have money to float into hard money lending, and the only reason why I have anything that my wife and I have is because we have 0 payments. And people think I'm stupid for it, right? Why don't you go to, if you had a loan on your truck, then you could have $60,000 to go and invest in. It's just a personal preference. I sleep better at night knowing, whatever happens in the marketplace, my truck's owned free and clear, my house is owned free and clear, and my properties are, paid for themselves. So I would say get your own financial house in order to deleverage. Educate yourself, evaluate deals. I think these types of things that Nathan and others put together are valuable. I would say delayed gratification. My wife and I learned to live on nothing in 2009 when I had my fun conversation with the builder that will not be mentioned. And we learned to live on right around $26,000 to $30,000 a year. And when our lifestyle started when our income started to increase, we kept our lifestyle at the same pace for as long as we possibly could. I kid you not, I drove a rusted 94 GMC rusted hood. You didn't even have to, it was better than a Tesla. I didn't even have to have a key to get in. I didn't have to have a key to start it. And no one dared steal it because it was such a pile of crap. But it got me around, and the other funny irony is my wife hated it because anytime I had to have a client meeting at my JOB, I'd take the grocery getter and she'd get stuck driving the truck because I didn't want to park in the, far into the parking lot so no one else saw me driving in the truck. Let's see. Roll up your sleeves. Don't be afraid to put some sweat equity in yourselves. Improve fundraising. So I put this in here because do any of you guys hold a W-2 job other than me? One guy, W-2 job. You got a W-2 job, okay?
Looks better on paper.
It looks great on paper. There have been times where I hated my W-2 job. That's fundraising. And it had helped me change my perspective. If you got things you don't love to do for work, just remember the big picture. This is not fundraising for the bigger picture. The reason why I decided to keep with my my employment gig is every penny we've made in that, in flipping and renting and stuff, we've rolled back into the business to the point where now we have, I believe, probably $2 to $3 million each, so that'd be $6 million just cash ready to go on any project we want to work on. And that came just because I was willing to put in the grind with my W-2 income. The last thing is build a tribe. I think I didn't do things right here. It was me and my buddy. We're both kind of lone wolves, and we never went to any of these things. We didn't bring other people in. But in the last year, I joined a men's group, which is how I met Jordy, which is how I met Nathan. And just having other people that are like-minded around you is incredibly valuable. And I would say other people that are not completely, but mostly like-minded, knowing that it's not just all about the dollar. For me, the tribe that I'm in is, focuses on giving back, focuses on personal health, relationships, all those things. So I would say just find a tribe, find those people that have the like mind of you, and if they're not where you want to go, hopefully they have the same